What's up, everyone? James Grage here, and today I want to talk about something that I've been hearing a lot lately, which is that protein powders are somehow a scam or a waste of money, especially if you're getting enough whole food protein sources that there's no need to take a protein supplement. So we're going to address that today, find out if there's any truth to that, or if this is just more social media hype. Now, I'm probably not the most objective person on this subject, considering the fact that I've been in the sports supplement industry for more than 25 years. I've taken protein supplements for more than 30 years, and also being a certified sports nutritionist through the CISSN. But with that being said, I'm going to set all my personal opinions aside for this conversation, and we're just going to address the facts. So let's start with one of the biggest misconceptions, which is price. A lot of people feel that a protein supplement is too expensive compared to whole food protein sources. So I went over to Walmart here locally, did a little bit of shopping, and compared the price of whole food proteins like chicken, fish, so tilapia and salmon, ground beef, steak, and compared all of those to a protein supplement. So went ahead and built a spreadsheet where entered in the nutrition facts panel for each of those products, as well as the price to calculate a price per 30 grams of protein. So here's a quick comparison. 93% lean ground beef, $2.39. Frozen tilapia, $2.13. Salmon came in at a whopping $3.15. 93% lean ground turkey, $1.57. Chicken breast fresh was $2.45, whereas protein powder was only $1.41, and eggs came in the lowest at 76 cents. So only eggs were cheaper than a protein powder. So protein supplements are a very cost-effective way to supplement your diet with protein. So I think it's pretty safe to say that this myth is just that, a myth. All right, so next, let's talk about digestion. Now, I know a lot of people talk about how they have a hard time digesting a whey protein supplement, and I get that, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But the interesting thing is that whey protein is actually the easiest for the body to digest compared to other whole food sources of protein like chicken, fish, and beef. For instance, whey protein has a digestibility rate of around 99%, whereas beef is about 92% and chicken is around 95%. This means more of the protein you consume from whey is actually used by your body. So a lot of the digestibility issues that people experience with the whey protein supplement has nothing to do with the protein itself. Usually it's probably more the lactose or also some of the thickeners or the gums that are used in these shakes to make them a little bit thicker or have more body, which can cause gastrointestinal distress. But quick side note, the issue with lactose really isn't that big of an issue. Most of the time that's from a lack of the digestive enzyme lactase. So a simple lactase supplement will solve the problem for most people. Now, speaking of digestion, whey protein also scores at the very top of the list for PDCAAS, which stands for Protein Digestion Corrected Amino Acid Score, which basically is taking into account the digestibility of a protein in combination with the amino acid content of that protein to come up with a ranking. Now, again, you can see that whey protein is at the top of the list with only egg white protein matching it. Now, it's important to keep in mind that the scores are truncated, meaning that the maximum score you can get is a 1, which is equal to 100%. Now, whey protein also tops the charts with biological value, or BV score, which measures how efficiently the body can utilize a protein. Now, the scoring system ranks a protein from 0 to 100, uses egg white protein as the benchmark with a score of 100. And as you can see, whey protein literally scores off the chart with a BV score of around 104 compared to, say, a chicken breast with a score of 79. Now, your PDCAAS score takes into account all 9 of your essential amino acids, but whey protein happens to have a much higher content of BCAAs, especially leucine, which is important for triggering muscle protein synthesis. So that makes it an exceptional protein source for both building muscle and recovery. Now, beyond just the numbers, there are some other benefits of taking a whey protein supplement. The first one simply being convenience. There's no prepping required, there's no cooking required, so this makes it an easy option for people who have a very busy or active lifestyle. Now, it's also an easy way to bolster your total protein content for the day without getting a lot of unwanted calories coming from fats. So for example, a whey protein supplement getting about 30 grams, you're probably going to be getting about 1.5 grams of total fat, which is going to be much lower than a lot of your whole food sources like egg and steak. So why is this important? Well, that means more protein, lower calories. So for anyone who's trying to be conscientious of their calorie intake while still getting their protein, then a protein supplement can be a great option. Whey protein can also add a lot of variety to your diet. Anyone who's followed any kind of regimented eating program, you can only eat so much chicken breast and steak and eggs before it starts to get monotonous. So a protein supplement with a lot of different flavors can add some variety while helping you meet your protein intake for the day. Now, another potential benefit of a whey protein supplement is going to be protein timing. Now, timing is not as important or critical as making sure you're hitting your overall total daily target for protein. But getting the right amount of protein before your workouts can be beneficial, helping with muscle protein synthesis as well as providing amino acids during your exercise session. With whey protein digestion being almost twice as fast as many whole food sources, it can make that timing a little easier as opposed to whole food protein sources that can take much longer to break down. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't exactly like working out with a belly full of food, so having a protein shake before my workouts as opposed to, say, maybe steak or chicken or eggs makes it a whole lot easier. So what's the verdict? Are protein powders a waste of money? Well, I think the answer is pretty clear. They're cost effective, they're highly digestible, they're packed with amino acids, including high leucine content, which is critical for muscle growth. Plus, they offer convenience, variety, and efficiency that whole food protein sources can't always match. Now, with that being said, I do believe that supplements should be just that, supplemental. So you want to make sure that you're getting as much of your protein as you can from whole food sources, and then you can bolster that with a protein supplement. So obviously, I'm in favor of a protein supplement, but to be totally objective, there is one instance where I think that protein supplements can be an absolute waste of money. And that's when it comes down to the issue of quality. Because I can't tell you how many times in my 25-year career in sports nutrition that I've seen products fail to meet label claim, especially protein content. Now, sometimes these companies just don't know any better because they're not having their products tested. And sometimes they're knowingly doing it. And that's where the dubious practice of protein spiking comes in, where companies will add cheap amino acid fillers to boost nitrogen content in an attempt to fool some of the basic protein quality tests. So at the end of the day, make sure that you're buying from a brand that you really trust. Better yet, try to find one that's doing true third-party testing specifically for protein. A good one out there is the company Informed Choice, which has a very specific test called Informed Protein to make sure that the brands that they're testing are meeting protein claims. So that's a wrap. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this video, please give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to see more videos just like this one. I'm James Grage, and I will see you next video.